Reps uncovers 5 banks withholding 5 billion naira Forex. The House of Representatives on Wednesday uncovered 5 banks withholding $5 billion in Forex. Worried by the instability in the foreign exchange market and the country, the House mandated the Joint Committees on Banking Regulations and Banking Institutions to conduct an investigative hearing into the non-compliance by banks and financial institutions with CBN directive on the net open position limit. The resolution was passed following the adoption of a motion on a matter of urgent national importance regarding the need for banks in implementing CBN policies on holding excess long foreign exchange and net open position limit. Sponsored by the chairman of the House Committee on the Defense, Honorable Babajimi Benson. In his lead debate, Honorable Benson, who observed that the Apex Bank is tasked with regulating the monetary policies CBN Acts, frowned upon the blatant disregard for extant financial regulations. According to him, records show that the GTB, Zenith Bank, UBA, and First Bank have a cumulative excess holding of over $5 billion as of January 2024. The only fully compliant bank is Stanbic IBTC, which has made all FX in its reserve available to the client. It is important to note that these banks often obtain foreign exchange either through purchase, borrowing, or allocation from the CBN at the official rate of 461.5 naira to $1 for their various customers, but hold them as part of their bank balances or reserves. They eventually sell at higher prices to make extra profit. It is speculative practice that has prompted the CBN to issue a fresh directive centered around the net open position (NOP) for all commercial banks. Simply put, the NOP measures the difference between a bank's foreign currency assets, what it owns, and foreign currency liabilities, what it owes. Investigations have shown that banks hold far more Forex than they require, thereby creating artificial scarcity and an increase in the exchange rate. The new CBN directive will help limit how much foreign exchange banks can hold and for how long. The aim is to discourage hoarding of Forex, thereby making it available for intended users at reasonable rates. Despite measures adopted by the CBN in the past and based on previous experiences with CBN policies directive, many banks are in default of its implementation. This explains why 8 banks currently hold a huge NOP over $6 billion while there is a biting scarcity. This motion will provide the legislative impetus for the required action to compel them to fully comply with the directive. Honorable Benson observed that Section 8, 4, and 5 of the CBN Act require that the CBN governor is expected to brief the relevant committees of the National Assembly during the semi-annual hearings, as well as provide periodic reports on the performance of the economy to the National Assembly. While frowning upon the non-compliance to the extant laws, Honorable Benson lamented that there has been a steady rise in the weight of dollar in comparison to the naira. It rose to 1,520 naira to the dollar last week. The House is also concerned that this astronomical rise has been caused by diverse market forces and certain economic policies adopted by the government, including the liberalization of the dollar. The House is further concerned, however, that commercial banks and certain financial institutions in Nigeria usually hold back a large part of Forex they obtain either through purchase, borrowing, or allocation from the CBN rather than lending to their customers with a view to selling it with the exchange rate when the exchange rate is high. The House is worried that this speculative activity by commercial banks and certain financial institutions has further exacerbated the harsh economic situation in the country and led to difficulty by legitimate businesses to obtain Forex for their business transactions. The House is aware that CBN has intervened by introducing new monetary policies to check the rise in the rate of a dollar, among which are the net open position limit and holding excess long foreign exchange. The House is also aware that commercial banks and certain financial institutions are reluctant to implement the monetary measures put in place by the Apex Bank to check these unwholesome practices by banks and other financial institutions in the country. The House is concerned that unless drastic legislative measures are taken to enforce the implementation of these directives, the country will continue to experience their economic hardship as a result of the continuous rise in foreign exchange rates. He warned. To this end, the House mandated its Committee on Legislative Compliance to ensure full implementation. You see that it is we Nigerians. Is it government officials that are actually in the banks? No, it is ordinary people like me and you. As in, when I mean ordinary people, I mean people that are not in, they're not what they call in positions. People like me and you. People like we, the masses. We will come out and do things and will also come out to complain. You see how these people are the ones, spiking the prices, doing things that will make dollar cost scarcity of dollar. Hereby, the prices will now go up. It is not right. They should revoke their license immediately if it is true, unless presidents step on some toes. Some gods, Nigerians will keep sabotaging this. And they tell you, the man gonna do the one way they do. Of course, I know that the man okay, fine, but he gonna do the one way he they do. Another person will spoil him. It no make sense. There are many people working for the president's downfall. Even the banks that are holding the Forex are also part of it. So, to get favors from others. Wow. So it is not only the Fulani herdsmen that want Nigerian killed, but also the banks that are ripping the poor Nigerians off their 10,000 naira balance. We can now see why they make humongous profit balance. Yes, now. Why are there so many spoilers in Nigeria? They get rich quick at all cost syndrome. I'm telling you, money where you know what's for. Make you know the hungry you. Make you not go put hand for what you no concern you. The money you did not work for. It should not be in your eyes. I swear everybody needs to put their hands on deck to fight this syndrome. Any government that holds its ministers with key gloves will end up like Buhari, deepening our sorrows and eventually ending Nigeria. So what I mean is, that is why I'm saying competency before loyalty. Even the people who you claim are loyal to you, they're not that loyal. Sanction them to adapt to that same amount. The central bank should use its power to retrieve all those foreign currency in the banks affected and punish them accordingly. Exactly. I do not know what else the CBN is waiting for to sanction these rogue banks, fat cats that have always been at the vanguard of compromising our financial service economy through monumental dubious round tripping of FX reserve in their coffers for astronomical, artificially generated profit without any tangible economic contribution and development to monetary value of our local currency. This is induced by nothing else but pure, selfish, satanic greed at the expense of all. Affirmative punitive measures with heavy penalties is the only language monster Shylocks and merchants of misery like these understand. The ball is in the CBN management's hands unless they otherwise equally compromise hands in glove. No more excuses or buts. Alright, on this note, we have come to the end of the news. We say thank you for tuning in to listen. Until I come your way next time, enjoy the rest of your day.